Today, you lay it out all on the line. Today, you show us your worst confessions. And today, I will pass judgment. I will be reviewing your anonymous confessions. And if they are cringe, then so am I. I poured laxative in a friend's milk carton in high school and got her in trouble for being late to class because of a bathroom emergency. So you're telling me you poisoned a friend? And you know what I'm wondering? How did you get away with that? You poured it into a milk carton, which means it must have already been partially drunk out of. And also, laxatives taste like pink. They taste like Pepto-Bismol. I wouldn't know. That is a crime. No one saw it, it doesn't count. Snacker, you made her late to class. How dare you? But to be honest, it's kind of funny. You made a mistake, but at least it was funny. Now, I don't think anyone's ever died from laxatives before, so on the scale of felony to petty offense, I'm gonna say it's pretty petty, okay? So you know what, Snacker? Your first confession is forgiven. A couple of years back, I was free climbing the mountains of the Faroe Islands. I stumbled upon a really cool crystal. Naturally, I brought it home. Turns out, that's kind of illegal, and I almost died getting it back down. Was it worth it? Question, how is stealing a crystal from a rock that nobody lives on illegal? Am I crazy for that, chat? I feel like there's not a crime here. You can bring a rock home from a random location. There's a lot of rocks out there. Disturbing local habitat? Uh-oh. I mean, if it's a crime, there's no way they send an image, right? This guy looks like he's in the Lord of the Rings landscape. If this is not the most guys-being dude I've ever seen, I don't know what else there is out there. He legitimately took home a cool rock. You know, I'm also gonna call this one pretty tame. I would not put you in jail for this crime, okay? So, Snacker, you're forgiven. A cool rock is a cool rock. I'm a 22-year-old, 6 foot tall, 180 pounds gym bro, and I sleep with 2 of my early childhood plushies. I lost the third one. He was a parrot. Every night, and I take them with me when I travel. Penguin sits against my headboard to watch over me, and I cuddle the dolphin. Thank you, Snacker. This is the most beautiful confession I've ever read. You know, when I was a small warthog, I used to have a blanket. I named her Blanky. And sometimes, I stuck the blanket in my nose. I don't know why. I hope your parrot rests in peace. I know you can't replace what you've lost, but I hope you can move on. I once stayed in a 6-man dorm at a hostel in Spain. I was sitting on my bed, using my laptop, when I felt a bit of gas coming on. Unfortunately for me, it was a bit more than gas. No. In public, it went through my pants and reached the mattress. How did you mess up that bad? The mattress? Luckily, no one else was in the room at the time. Thank God. So I took a quick shower, grabbed my bags, went down to the reception and checked out! You abandoned your post. You were not your perimeter. And your perimeter was not you. They know it was you. They know what bed you were in. I went straight to the airport and took a flight to Asia. This guy's fleeing the country faster than a war criminal. If I was working at that hostel, I would book the same flight as you. And I'd stare at you judgmentally in silence for the entire 10-hour flight. And when you landed, I would go, shake my head, and board the next flight back home. You would never forget this. I would do more psychological damage to you than the angels from Neon Genesis. I don't know if I ever can forgive you for this one. It was 100% in your power to simply go and wash the sheets. That's all you had to do. Maybe get even toilet paper to get a nice start. You know, and I say this as someone who generally lives in squalor. Even for me, this is disgusting. One time a bird broke into my room and I chased it out of the house while I was only wearing a towel because I just got out the towel. And the moment I chased it out, my towel slipped and I ended up flashing my brother who just got home. My mom was behind me and a bunch of people in their cars on a busy road. This does not sound like a mistake. This sounds like you have dementia. I feel like you're not telling me the entire story. Who chases a bird out of an entire house in a goddamn towel? Were you not using a hand to hold it together? Who does this? Something's telling me you're a freak. There's no way you run outside of your house in a towel in front of a busy road and then drop it. You posted this confession to show in your court case that you weren't doing public indecency intentionally. You know what? I'll take you at face value. I just don't understand how this is possible. I will forgive you. Me and a few friends decided to go clubbing. We all got really high and drunk. Okay, so we're crossfaded. Afterwards, we all decided to walk around the city, and we came across a park that had peacocks in it. One of us challenged the group to catch a peacock each to make a game out of it. We all started running and caught 2 of them. After that, we leave the park walking around carrying 2 peacocks. Did they just surrender? Did they just FF? We get home and realize the morning after, we had just stolen 2 birds from a city park. Mamma mia. This is actually a crime. I mean, chat, have you ever seen a peacock in the wild? The boys went crazy on this one. We later returned the next night, but that was a night to remember. Here's a photo. This was a real story. I mean, honestly, round of applause, man. Round of applause. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you have a family one day, bro. We need to keep the crazy in the world. And you know what? They returned the birds after. So I totally respect the decision making there, okay? It was a fun prank. It was honorable. Nobody got hurt. And the boys had a sick adventure. W's all around. I owe the IRS $2,603,170.37. I do not plan on ever paying them back. If they can't find me, they can't make me pay. Chat, I had a friend from a different country confess to me that they owe the IRS in America a lot of money. And it's been 15 years, and the IRS still hasn't come knocking because they're in a different country. They do not check you down and effing pack you up or anything if you leave the country. So all you gotta do, chat, do not pay taxes for 5 years, fly out of the country, never come back, ever. If you do that, you'll be safe. Don't take that, it's not legal advice. I'm not gonna lie, I will not flame you for not paying up to the IRS, okay? Is it the right thing to do? Probably not. But I mean, who doesn't hate taxes? So, you know what? I forgive you. Alcohol. I can already see in this post. I was drinking, got hammered, found a turtle on the street. Weird, right? Named it Steven. Took it home. Tore out a carton box to put Steven in for the night. Chopped some lettuce for Steven to have something overnight. Fell asleep, woke up, and realized Steven was actually a brick I picked up and nurtured like a pet.
Oh my god, bro.
He became emotionally attached to a brick. Was the brick green? Or was it just a red turtle? I have so many questions. I still have Steven in my apartment in a box. Also, some lettuce.
What the hell?
You're telling me you still go to the store, you purchase lettuce for a brick, and you let it degrade in there regularly. I was on board with the story until then. Is that not a little psychopathic? There are kids in Africa who do that lettuce. Filian pet rocks. Listen. I have 2 pet rocks. I got Bochi and I got the rock Dwayne Johnson, of course. But I only put clothes on them. I don't feed them. I can forgive you for this one. You know, I like your pet brick. It's a good conversation starter. It's like a risky 50-50. If you tell someone you have a pet brick in your room, they're either gonna fall in love with you or they're gonna leave. And you know what? Maybe that's good enough. I peed the bed till I was 12. There's no other story. That's it. The punchline was in the intro. That is understandable. You know, chat, even as an adult, sometimes I pee my pants. It happens to all of us. I think I have a weak bladder. I forgive you. When I was 10 years old, I was trying to remove a bit of dirt that got stuck in the back part of the ink tube in a pen. For some reason, I thought it'd be a really good idea to suck on the back of the tube to get rid of the dirt. Turns out the blood that kept the ink inside the pen wasn't that strong, so I ended up slurping pen ink. I'm not kidding when I say my teeth were stained and my poop had blue streaks in it for a couple days after. Oh, no! I had many nicknames in school, but that day I earned the call sign Bluetooth. I would let this one fly. One time when I was young, I quote-unquote accidentally burnt down a lifeguard tower at the beach when I picked up a stick from the bonfire and threw it to the tower. This guy's a terrorist. My logic was I saw a boat on the water and wanted to make a lighthouse for it. My bad. Okay. Let me explain something. When you do things, you do them because you want to. And then your brain tries to come up with explanations as to why you did it. You are a victim of your brain's deceptions. You were not making a lighthouse. You wanted to be a terrorist and an arsonist. And you know what? That's a felony. But at the exact same time, it's really funny. No one got hurt and the government paid for it. I think on the list of felonies you could have committed, it's pretty okay. It was a misclick. That is truly impressive. I can't believe you actually did it. Not only did you not throw it at the base of the thing, you threw it into the effing crow's nest. You effing made a dexterity skill check and yeeted a flaming torch into a metal wooden structure. How did the entire thing not burn down? I don't understand that. I used to eat lotion out of the bottle. The seminal Filian viewer. He's one of us, chat. When I was in high school, chat, I knew a kid, he would eat Listerine. He one time played a board game called Risk with me and friends, and he drank an entire bottle of Listerine next to me. So, I have seen a lot of weird things in my life, chat. You have the freshest breath in the business. Eating lotion out the bottle, let's just be so for real, chat. All these goddamn companies, they make their product look so delicious. Tide Pods, candles, effing detergent. Am I crazy, guys? The industry needs to be stopped. They make their food look way too delicious. Is she outing herself? No. Anyway, I forgive you. That's completely forgivable. Okay, you didn't. There was no reason to include a picture of your favorite brand. I can't. Thank you for this beautiful image. I'm really glad you like Active Naturale Aveeno. Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion seems like a really good flavor. My grandpa dropped a very large shovel on my head when I was 7. I told her I was fine, but I'm fairly certain it's affected me to this very day. Oh my god. Listen, okay? I have had 3 concussions and I'm just fine. So, it doesn't matter if it affects you. You can't blame yourself. You never really know. All you can do is be yourself. That's all that matters. I can't forgive your grandmother for this, but I think you're just fine the way you are. You sent in the shovel. You did not need to send in a picture of the shovel. This could have just been a stock image off Google. You're telling me your grandmother still has the same shovel. You went and took a picture of the murder weapon and you sent it in. Are you still 7 years old? Twitch is supposed to be 13 plus. How is a 7-year-old sending in stories? Did it turn them into a genius? What the frick? I used to pee in bottles, so I keep grinding my game, and I ended up taking a sip by accident. All right. We found the World of Warcraft player. Have you guys ever peed in a bottle before? I've never done that once in my life. I swear to God, using a bottle doesn't even save you that much time. Because you gotta sit there and try and fit your schmeat into the nozzle. You know what I'm saying? 5 seconds after drinking your own urine, you had to go to school and your stomach was hurting. Ended up using number 2 on myself. That has nothing to do with pee. You piss in a bottle, drank it, and then took a dump in your pants in school. I needed my mom to come drop off clothes and pick me up because it was like a number 5, not a 2. Plus, I used to enjoy dating girls who were 300 pounds and I'm only 135 pounds. Very underweight. What? You invented a number 5, pissed in a bottle, pooped your pants, and you only generate fat chicks. What is happening here? You know what though? I can respect a dude who wants to date a size queen. You know what I'm saying? But also this story was disgusting. Snacker, I don't forgive you for this. You need to go talk to your local Catholic priest. You need to seek help. Before I go to sleep, I sometimes bark and act like a dog in my bed. Listen, buddy, I can already see the final line. I might have a disagreement. It helps me relax and fall asleep for some reason. My brother in Christ. This is the same behavior. I get it. You want to return to monkey. You want to be a wolf. I'm a 31-year-old furry. Stop! But there are better ways to do it than this. You can't just bark and effing molest your bed before bed. Did you get raised by wolves? Are you an effing Romulus in the making? Like, what happened here, man? I cannot forgive you for this. I am very curious, however, why you started doing this. I would like to know more. I'm a convicted arsonist. All right, good start. Good start. Here we go, boys. Long story short, my ex-fiance struggles with drug addiction. And while she was trying to get clean, there were certain individuals that kept selling to her, ultimately ruining her life. Oh, frick. She's homeless now. I responded to this by burning down their trap house. What in the John Wick is this? This dude does not take no for an answer. Holy giga Chad. He effing went in there and stuck it to the man. Valid crash out, dude. Holy frick. Hey, look, bro. I hope she's clean now. I hope she's clean. You may be a convicted arsonist, but you're good in my book. There's a lot of worse things to do in life than arson. So I respect you. I respect you. Snacker, I can forgive you for this one. Wait, what? Bro, I told you guys earlier. There's a guy that drank Listerine next to me during a board game night. I accidentally got drunk off of Listerine. Bought a big bottle and got so bored and was like, hey, why not? But I forgot it had alcohol. I even mixed Kool-Aid in it. This guy's making lean out of Listerine. I pooped my pants and my sleep and threw up on my sheets. What are these bars, dude? Is that why that guy was drinking Listerine next to me? So wait, you could just get drunk off Listerine. Also, ate a plastic fork before. Thank you, Snacker. Keep it up, bro. This guy made ghetto lean. I'll forgive you, but just remember, drinking Listerine is not good, okay? My siblings tried to drown me when I was younger. They would stand on my back as I fought back. And it was in a pool, like in the stock image below. Sorry. You can't just drop this story and then attach that. Like, chat, we all know it's true, okay? Kids do really cruel things all the time because they don't know any better. You know, chat? They're probably serial killers in the making. It's basically like bullying, but the kids don't realize how bad the consequences could be. I would keep them at an arm's distance, you know? Maybe they're Jeff Dahmers. Maybe they're whatever the frick. But listen, okay? Snack, if I had any advice for you, it's to not drop that story and then attach this photo. I don't know how else to phrase it. Like, you had me in the first half, and then in the second, I got myself canceled for not taking you seriously. I hope you've recovered from the torment and trauma. One time, I accidentally set a dish towel on fire when cooking a spaghetti. I usually cook instant noodles. Okay. I mean, that's fine. That could happen to anyone. Do you remember me from furry karaoke? My name was... Okay, bro, no, I wasn't there. Okay, guys, no. I've never cooked spaghetti in my life, okay? This was not me. And furthermore, I've never done anything like this, okay? But I forgive this snacker. You never know when disaster could strike, when the flames of hell could escape. He did a really good job. 31-year-old furry. I'm gonna have to put these hands on you. Don't freak with me. I might have... I'm a 31-year-old furry. One time, while working at a haunted house, the goats that lived at the farm nearby escaped. I leashed one and paraded around in full scare actor makeup until the farmer found me with him. He was nice. I'm glad the farmer was chill. The goat, of course, not the farmer. Jesus Christ. You can't just find a free goat and keep it. That's not how that works. But hey, you know what? I fully respect you. I love haunted houses. You saw an opportunity and by God, you took it. So I'll allow it. Please tell me you sent in a goat pic. Tell me you goat pic. In elementary, I used to pee myself on purpose so I wouldn't have to take tests. It worked all the way until 6th grade. Then I started puking on purpose. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You should have studied. Like, your IQ is clearly well above 150. If you're gonna be that smart, you might as well go and read a book for 5 minutes. You simulated bulimia on yourself to avoid learning the multiplication table. Well, I'm a bit embarrassed because of my lifelong antisocial nature. I didn't pick up on a clear sign of being ghosted, and I might have just ended up continuing messaging a lady for longer than I like to admit. So embarrassing to confess that. I don't blame you. Yeah, chat, I feel like this gotta be the most relatable thing ever. Is it hella embarrassing? Yeah. But sometimes people just don't say to piss off because they don't have it in them. So you have to sit there and suffer. And I understand that. I forgive you, Snacker. Don't be embarrassed. You tried for love and you got hosted. When I was 19, I was talking to a woman who had a gay roommate. He also did drag shows. I mentioned to her that I would never know he was a man while in drag. We then had an ingenious idea of pranking her by telling her that I think he gave me a mouth hug while in drag. When I first started started talking to her. She happened to be in the kitchen making pastels when I pulled our hilarious prank. So anyway, I caught the tip of a paring knife with my stomach. Moral of the story, don't piss off Latinas when they're in with arm reach of sharp objects. You can't just type Latina moment, chat. That is attempted murder. There's something missing here, chat. Am I crazy? He got shanked. It just sounds like Latina crashed out for no reason. Holy frick. She actually stabbed him. Bro, your stomach is very hairy. I don't know why I'm pointing that out right now. I thought that would be arm hair. That is the craziest happy trail of my life. I hope you're okay. I feel like also that girl should definitely be in jail. If someone tries to shake me, they gotta go to jail, no? Am I crazy? I hope you feel better. Hope your stomach's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the confessions for the day. GG's, boys. I hope you all learned a little bit more about what it means to meme. I hope you all enjoyed the crimes we witnessed along the way, and I hope you guys had fun. Have a good night.